Hi guys, and welcome to Barrie Supercars, and welcome to my brand new car, the Alfa Romeo MiTo 1.4. Now, I've been looking forward to making this video for a really long time, so without further ado, let's go for a drive and I'll tell you a little bit more about exactly why I chose this car and yeah, just why I love it so much. Now, what do we actually have here? Well, this is the Alfa Romeo MiTo 1.4 TBI Multiair. It's a 2012 car, and when I collected it, it had 60,000 kilometers on the clock. So, yeah, it was quite a bargain, to be perfectly honest. Now, to be honest, I wasn't really looking for an Alfa Romeo. When we actually started looking for a car, the main things we were looking for was either Ford Fiesta or a Hyundai i20. Reason being, we looked for Alfa Romeos in the past, and well, parts, we did a bit of research and parts weren't that cheap, let's just put it that way, because Alfa Romeo isn't the cheapest car to actually run. Now, how did I come to this car? Well, probably for a good few months we were only looking for Ford Fiestas and Hyundai i20s, up until last week, where we actually went up to Pretoria to go look for cars, because online car shopping isn't exactly the best. So we went to We Buy Cars and walked around their massive showroom, and we came across this little car, a beautiful little cream colored Alfa Romeo, and we really didn't think we'd be buying it. So the salesman did his job really properly, talked us into this car. I absolutely fell in love with this car from the first time we laid eyes on it, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, I mean, here I am 500 kilometers later, because I drove this car down from Pretoria to where I live here in the Midlands, and yeah, it's just an absolutely epic little car. I mean, yeah, great. Right, so what do I like about this car? Well, I must say I really do enjoy the overall experience of this car, to be perfectly honest, because we're on some nice twisty roads, and what this car has Alfa Romeo's DNA system. Now what that means is that you have three driving modes: dynamic, normal, and all-weather DNA. And what that means is you can change the characteristics of this car. Now, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw this car that it actually had the DNA system, because I know not all Alfa Romeos have it. And I wasn't sure about the earlier models. What this car has as well, instead of having a manual gearbox, is an automatic with pedal shifts as well, which I really appreciate. As you all know, I'm a big supercar fan, and I was surprised that an early 2012 car, because this is a 2012 car, has the TCT gearbox from Alfa Romeo. Now they call it a dual clutch, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's just its earlier versions that they call it, that it's not as smooth as I'd expect, but it really doesn't shift like a modern day dual clutch. Yeah, so it's really just more an automated manual, if anything else. Yeah, so I really like that about the car, and you can really feel the difference. I mean, obviously you can pop it into automatic if you like. I feel the automatic gearbox isn't as responsive as I'd like it, so majority of the time I just keep it in manual mode, if you like. These are some really nice roads, just by the way. I'm on the road from Nottingham Road to Fort Nottingham, and yeah, really great little road. So yeah, I put it in manual most of the time. I find that I can, even though the gearbox isn't as responsive, you just need to give it a little harder pull, really. Can't expect it to be absolutely lightning quick, because after all it is a 2012-ish car. But dynamically this car really comes into its own, because I'm used to driving a VW Jetta, is what my parents have, and the Ford Figo is what my sister has. So yeah, Ford Figo is hilariously underpowered, so I really didn't want a Ford Fiesta. Well, not a Ford Fiesta, Ford Figo is my car, because you press that thing into the throttle and it barely gains speed. So that's what I really like about this car, is because it is quite powerful, and it really has punch. That little 1.4 engine really comes into its own. So mean, even in 6th gear, you give it some poke, pop it into dynamic mode, it really gives it some shove. So yeah, I mean, also let's not forget that this is an Alfa Romeo. It stands for probably one of the best brands in automotive history, probably. And what I'll show you in a little while is one of my favorite features of this car, because yeah, you'll see soon enough. Right, so here it is from the outside, the Alfa Romeo MiTo 1.4. And yeah, guys, I can't tell you how absolutely ecstatic I am about this car. Oh, I just love it so much, and I don't see myself selling it like ever. But yeah, and here's just a little look outside, and I'd like to show you probably my favorite feature of this car, which is, if you look at the key. Wait, let me first show you this. To those of you who don't know Alfa keys, as you can see, it is the same as the front grille. I mean, how cool is that? And then you obviously just push that to get the key out. But my favorite feature of this car definitely has to be that it has the exact same unlock and lock key as a Ferrari. So if you press that, and if you lock it, I mean, how cool is that? I mean, people pay many millions of rands for a Ferrari, or if you're overseas, like £100 with the exchange rate these days. But to me, that's just because, of course, Alfa Romeo and Ferrari are sort of in the same family. But yeah, so let's have a look inside. And to be honest, I wasn't really fond of a 4-door hatchback, so I really like this 2-door coupe kind of style. So when you have a look in here, and we've got this nice carbon fiber finish on it. It's not real carbon fiber, but you know, it's the thought that counts, which I really love. I mean, this is like a brand new car. It's absolutely in mint condition. Let's actually open the engine bay so you can have a little look in there, because I mean, you wouldn't say that this car was a 2012 car. Yeah. So open that. There we go. And look at that. Alfa Romeo Multiair Turbo Benzina. I don't know what benzina means. But yeah, pretty cool. I mean, brand new engine, basically. Only 60,000 on the clock. And yeah, and let's actually take a little look at the boot, not the boot space. Actually, yeah, might as well look at the boot. But the rear passenger space. And my sister drove in here for the 500 odd kilometer journey, and I mean, she was happy. Lovely space back here. But hopefully I'll never have to be in the back up here, because I'll be in the driver's seat, because yeah. And I mean, let's have a look at the boot space. It's actually got a pretty good sized boot. I mean, got my tripod in here, but I mean, it doesn't look very far out, but it's deep, and I mean that's I think where the space is gained, because we packed about 3 people's luggage in here, and it was, you know, managed fine. I was just so ecstatic that I was able to get this car, and I can't thank my mom and my dad and my Lord God for giving me this opportunity, because without them I obviously wouldn't have this car. So, but yeah. So yeah, guys, that's all from my side for now. I've just parked here in this little spot here in the Midlands. Beautiful day today, so the last few days were a bit iffy on the weather side. But yeah, I mean, look at this for a view. I'm so happy that I get to live here. But I'm actually moving up north in Pretoria. I'm going to be moving there at the end of this year. So, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys soon. Until then, bye.